What's going on, everybody? And in this video I'm going to be showing you the ultimate guide on how to get the spiky trident sword. But first, to convince you to watch all the way to the end, I'm going to be showcasing it. And also, this is one of the only swords that has an inbuilt combo. I know that doesn't look like a lot of damage, but keep in mind I've only got 1,000 stat points in sword. Anyway, let's get into the guide. So there is actually two ways of getting the sword. The easy way, which is spawning the Doe Prince, or the hard way, which is spawning the Doe King. First of all, I'm going to be showing you how to spawn the Doe Prince. To spawn the Doe Prince, come to the Sea of Treats and follow where I go. There'll be an NPC here, and if you interact with him, he'll ask you to defeat 500 enemies. But because this hacker's already killed over 500, I can spawn him. If there's no hacker in your server, it's still pretty easy to spawn. All you need to do is get your friends and kill all the NPCs. And don't worry, they all add up. So if your friend kills one and you kill one, it adds up to 2. But because I can already spawn him, I'm just going to spawn him right now. And it should say a dimension has spawned. And then just walk in this little door. And the first thing you're going to see is his giant amount of health. But if you have some friends, it should be easy. Now, after defeating him, you've got a chance of getting the Pale Scarf and of course the Spiky Trident. The chances of getting the Spiky Trident from the Doe Prince is quite low, so you'll have to go on to the hard route, which is spawning the Doe King. Now, to spawn the Doe King is quite a few more steps. First of all, you're going to need the God's Chalice. You can get the God's Chalice just by simply opening chests, but you do have quite a low chance of actually getting it. It spawns in the server every 4 hours, so you'll just have to wait. After getting the God's Chalice, you'll need 10 conjured cocoa, and you can get conjured cocoa just by following me in the Sea of Treats. The conjured cocoa has got quite a low chance of dropping, so just farm all these NPCs in this island, and you will probably have to repeat this process a couple times. After getting enough conjured cocoa and having the God's Chalice in your inventory, you want to go over to this NPC, and you're going to want to exhaust his dialogue. And he'll say, do you think you can handle the Doe King? And of course you want to press on yes. After pressing yes, he'll say, very well, I can exchange a God's Chalice and 10 conjured cocoa for something worthy of him. And then you want to press on trade. This will give you the Sweet Chalice. The Sweet Chalice is essential for spawning the Doe King. After you've got the Sweet Chalice, you want to go back over to Cake Town. And once again, talk to this NPC and defeat all 500 enemies. After doing that, you want to go back over to the NPC and then spawn the dimension. But you need to make sure that you actually spawn the dimension and no one else. Because if someone else does it and they don't have the Sweet Chalice, it'll only spawn the Doe Prince. After spawning the Doe King, it should say a dimension worthy of a god has spawned. And then just go back through this portal and you should be able to fight the Doe King. The Doe Prince is a 15% drop chance of the Spiky Trident, while on the other hand, the Doe King is a 30% drop chance. So if you're looking to get the Spiky Trident fast, I would say go with the Doe Prince, mainly because you need to get loads of items to spawn the Doe King. One of them being a God's Chalice, which can take up to 4 hours just to spawn in a chest. But then again, the Doe Prince has quite a low drop chance. Thank you for watching all the way to the end of the video. I've been working really hard on editing all these videos, so the least you could do is drop a like and consider subscribing because it really does help me out. But if you don't want to, that's fine. All I'm trying to do is put good content out there for you guys to watch. Goodbye, and I'll see you in the next video.